the heart activity and the ECG waveform, their correlation, all such things. Now we know that the heart has four chambers. Upper two chambers are called atria, lower two chambers are called ventricles, and these chambers are suffering systole and diastole. Systole means they are getting compressed, diastole means they are expanded. So during compression or systole, the chambers are getting compressed and blood is squeezed. The blood goes into other chamber because of systole. And diastole means it is the expansion of the chamber. So the internal pressure falls and the blood is filled, okay, there. So that is this particular thing. Along with this also, here you'll see there are two color codes shown. Any yellow colored region means, okay, this region is depolarized, means the positive voltage comes, okay, depolarization. And a red colored region means they are polarized or repolarized. So that voltage is negative voltage. Now in the very beginning, we see that there is a sinoatrial node, SA node. SA node creates the electrical impulse. Okay. The atria start to contract, means our atrial systole begins. Okay. Atrial systole begins means the blood now goes from atria to ventricles. And ventricles are in relaxation means there are diastole in ventricles. So the ventricle has more space now to accommodate blood. So blood is coming now from atria to ventricles, means from upper chambers to lower chamber. Okay. Now, so this is that particular thing. This is the region, okay, we are getting between P to R. Okay, PQR, that region where atrial systole continues, begins, and ventricles are in diastole. So this part is in the graph we are seeing that part is actually that they are actually representing that particular phenomenon in the graph. And the blood comes from atrium to ventricles. Okay. So that is the thing. Next, what happens? The depolarization spreads the entire atrium, entire atrial region. Okay. And the excitation, actually this excitation or depolarization causes the atria to contract. Okay, atrial contraction or systole continues. Okay, and a short time later the atria stimulates the AV node. Ventricles are already in relaxation, that continues there. Okay, therefore what happens? The blood is actually still entering from atrial region to ventricles. Okay, so this is that part is still there. Okay, so it is this particular region. Next is the AV node is in activation Okay, after a certain delay, what happens? It initiates the impulse into the actually ventricles through the bundle of his, actually is another region, and the Purkinje fiber also carries this electrical impulse. So a depolarization spreads down. Okay, but the upper part of the atrial region is in repolarization. Negative voltage is now spreading. The myocardium region means the muscles of the heart are in contraction, means our ventricles start to contract or they are in diastole now. The lower chambers are now in compression. So in the other way around, the upper region or the atrial region, they starts to relax. That is, they are in diastole. So ultimately what happens as the ventricles are in contraction or diastole is there, blood is squeezed there, okay, and is going to the aorta and pulmonary veins. It's coming out of the ventricular region. So the ventricles are actually in systole. Ventricles are in systole and atrium or atria are in diastole. So this region we are finding out that it is the between RST region. The segment is shown here. The next step, what happens? The entire ventricular region is in depolarization. Okay, so they are shown, yellow colored. They are shown yellow colored. Okay, now the contraction of the ventricle supplies the force to pump the blood into the circulatory system. So the ventricular systole continues and atria are in relaxation. So that is in diastole. So the next segment of the ECG wave is now progressing, is shown here. In the next stage now, the repolarization begins in the lower part of the lower chamber, that is in the lower part of the ventricles. Okay, the contraction of the ventricles supplies the force to pump the blood again to the circulatory system as usual. Okay, atria are in relaxation, that is in diastole. Same thing. So, but the repolarization now begins in the muscle region of the heart, in the lower side, on the surrounding. So now we are getting the T wave. Okay. Now, the next stage, both of the ventricles and atria are in relaxation. They are in diastole. Okay. The both are in diastole means bloods are coming out, are going into the entire heart from the outside region. Blood now again starts going into the heart. So we are getting the region after the T wave. So that is the entire part. Okay. So what happens? Just I want to just show you the figure. This part, initially P wave, okay, that thing. Then in between P and Q, that particular wave. Then QRS part. So that is the peak coming here. QRS complex it is called. QRS complex. Then it is in between S and T. Then T. Then after T. The cycle completes now for the ECG wave. So the whole thing is shown now altogether. The upper part of the heart shows how the bloods are going into is getting circulated. Okay, all such things. The middle one is the wave, ECG wave, and a lower description shows when the diastole systole occurs in the atrium and in the ventricle. So ultimately, this is one cardiac cycle shown. So the mechanical activity of the human heart and the electrical activity of the heart, they are now correlated. Clear? Now, once we know ECG wave in the heart, next task is that ECG or the biopotential. ECG is the biopotential in the heart. How we pick up this voltage waveform. How we pick up this voltage waveform. That is important thing. Now to pick up, actually there are some things required. That is called thing is called the electrodes. The electrode is nothing but the conductive pad, a pad that can conduct electricity, that can carry electricity. And that pad is attached to the skin. Okay, a pad is first attached to our skin in some appropriate position. Okay, and that pad convert the ionic potential or the bioelectric potential into some measurable voltage. Some measurable voltage. And lead now what is lead? Lead means it is not the electrode. Normally we know lead means any tip of wire. Any tip of wire is called a lead. But actually it is not like that. In context with ECG, a lead is a particular group of electrodes. A particular group of electrodes. So it is not as per our normal sense. It may be lead 1, lead 2, lead 3. Lead 1 means a group 1, a particular group of electrodes. Lead 2 means another group of electrodes. So not a single electrode is working. A group of electrodes is working to pick up biopotential for the ECG. You will see, obviously, step by step. And signal conditioning is that we modify the electric potential to make it suitable for measurement and extracting features at later stage. Now first we see that our electrodes are placed how? RA means our right arm, LA left arm, RL right leg, LL left leg. Now the right leg is only for ground reference. It is grounded actually. Okay. And normally the color codes are also followed that particular way. Sometimes what happens, instead of placing the electrodes in the arm, it is placed in the base of our shoulder, base of our arm, that is near to the shoulder. They are dragged. Okay. Similarly, instead of placing, okay, the electrode in the right leg or left leg position, they are a little bit moved up, okay, over our thighs. Okay, they are also done this particular way. Symmetrically, these are located that particular way. But the left configuration is much more common. Left configuration is much more common. And the color code is also maintained. Right arm means it is the white electrode, white colored. Left arm means black. Right leg is green. It is the reference. Left leg is red. Now there are three type of grouping is done in the electrode, or three type of leads. These are called the bipolar limb lead. Bipolar limb lead. These are actually introduced by one celebrated scientist in that field, Eindhoven. Okay. The lead one is the group of electrode in between left arm and right arm. One electrode will be in the left arm position and another electrode will be placed in the right arm. The right leg will be as usual for ground reference. So between LA and RA, LA and RA, that is lead one. Lead two is between left leg and right arm. Left leg and right arm. Okay, that is right arm and left leg. Then the third one, lead three, is left leg and left arm. Left leg, left arm. So I'll show you again in another way. So first lead one. It is in between left arm and right arm. So one electrode in the left arm, this left arm, another is in the right arm. Okay, and one, the left arm is dragged into the non-inverting terminal of the op amp, and the right arm is dragged into the inverting terminal of the op amp, of the amplifier actually, and the left leg is not used here, and right leg is for ground reference, the green color. So what is the output of the op amp? Output voltage of the op amp is, it is the voltage at left arm minus voltage at right arm. So V out is VLA minus VRA. VLA minus VRA. That voltage is found. So that ECG potential or the heart potential is captured. Okay, in that way. So when heart activity is going on, some voltage is found in that two terminals. Now our lead two is what? Our lead two is, our lead one was like that. Now our lead two is left leg minus right arm. So you see it is left leg minus right arm. Okay, that is the voltage. Left leg minus right arm. Next in the lead 3, if you have any question, okay, feel free to ask me. In lead 3, what happens? It is left arm, okay, it is left leg minus left arm. Left leg minus left arm. That is the voltage. Lead 3. Clear? It is lead 3. So now if you see the voltage, lead voltages, the lead 1 voltage is left arm minus right arm. Lead 2 voltage is left leg minus right arm. And lead 3 voltage is left leg minus left arm. So the voltages are like that. Okay, the voltages are shown this way. Now heart, now our body and heart, these are the closed entity. So obviously we can apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, KVL. Okay, they are forming a closed loop. Note that here the actual heart voltage in the heart, it is actually, if this voltage is having direction this particular way from upper left corner to the lower right corner, this way is pointing down. Now this, its projection on three different axes, will give us our three different voltages, lead 1, lead 2, and lead 3 voltages. Okay. So, so that is the projection of these three voltages in the three sides of the triangle. Okay. But note that our KVL will be valid only when we reverse one particular voltage. Because if we go in a clockwise manner or anti-clockwise manner, okay, one voltage has to be reversed. Normally the lead voltage is reversed. In that way, okay, our KVL equation will be something like lead 1 voltage V1, okay, lead 3 voltage V3 minus lead 2 voltage V2. So then a closed loop is formed. V1 minus V1 plus V3 minus V2 equal to 0. So that is a KVL equation. So if we find out that at any instant the algebraic sum of these voltages will be 0. Okay. The vector sum of the frontal plane cardiac vector at any instant onto the three axes of iron domain triangle will be 0. The vector sum of the frontal plane cardiac vector at any instant onto the three axes of the iron domain triangle will be 0. Our cardiac vector actually is pointing from upper left corner to the lower right corner, and its projection on the three leads will be, okay, having different values. But at any instant, the voltages, algebraic sum of voltage must be 0. Okay. So that's how the voltages will be found this particular way. Okay. So it means that at any given instant during the cardiac cycle, all ECG leads analyze the same electrical event, the same heart activity, but from different angle. One angle is in between right arm and left arm, another angle is in between left leg and right leg, another from left leg and left arm. So from different angle we are measuring the same heart activity. It's the same phenomenon observed from different ways. Okay, that is this particular thing. Now one more thing is that, so these are actually the bipolar limb leads. Because our voltage can be positive or negative, our algebraic sum will be always 0. Our voltages can be found as positive or negative in different leads. Okay, they are bipolar in nature therefore, but their algebraic sum will be always 0. Okay. Now the lead voltages are expressed with respect to an equivalent reference electrode. Okay. In another way we can represent it. The average of the three signals will be, okay, average of the signals seen at two or more electrodes can create another reference electrode. This is called Wilson central terminal voltage. How it is coming? Let's see that another reference electrode. Consider that, okay, so we are connecting the, okay, three terminals in different lead configuration to a common terminal via some resistance R. We are connecting the equal valued resistances R. Okay. So if we connect them in an equivalent way, then what will be our electrical equivalent circuit? Our electrical circuit is shown that particular way. VLA is the left arm voltage, VRA is the right arm voltage, VLL is the left leg voltage. Okay, and they are connected. Just compare the two figures. You just compare the two figures. Okay, and that is our reference here found. And that is the electrical equivalent of this particular thing. And okay, VW is what? VW is the, okay, it is called Wilson central terminal voltage. VW, Wilson central terminal voltage. So this voltage is actually the average of the three voltages. If we apply node analysis, if we apply node analysis at that particular node, we get that voltage is the VW, or Wilson central terminal voltage. This voltage is actually nothing but the average of the three terminal voltage, three lead voltages, average of the all three voltages. So that is located centrally at the heart actually. Okay, it is located centrally at the heart. So VRA, VLA, VLL, their average. So it's called Wilson central terminal voltage. Okay. Now, in another way also we can see that if this is our heart, we are getting three voltages. Just see that one particular way. Our uh, say, so we are getting that, say, what our VRA is, what it is from central point, okay, to VRA, central point to VLA, central point to VLL. So these are actually extending, okay. It is extending with a 120-degree separation, okay. So it's extending with a 120-degree separation, and their midpoint is the average of the three voltages, okay, which is located at the heart. Okay, so it is our Wilson central terminal voltage. So this Wilson central terminal voltage, with respect to that new reference, we are just identifying all the lead voltages. VLA minus VRA, okay, VLL minus VLA, VLL minus VRA, all such voltages, lead voltages will be measured, okay, with respect to Wilson central terminal voltage. So our VW is effectively our reference voltage located at the center of the heart, okay, or it is the node voltage. After analysis we are getting with respect to ground. It is the node voltage with respect to ground. Clear? Now, then comes, we were talking about bipolar leads. Bipolar lead means the voltage can be positive, negative, anything. Okay. But now we will see another type of measurement from all such lead voltages. That is and these are the unipolar leads. Why unipolar? Only one polarity will be there. The voltages will be coming as positive voltage, no negative. And these unipolar leads are actually called lead augmented vector. Augmented vector, A, small a. Okay. And AVR means augmented vector right. AVL means augmented vector left. These you will see it. Okay. So here what happens? Okay. The positive electrode which is applied to the non-inverting terminal, which is applied to the non-inverting terminal, here you see, will be applied to the right arm or to the shoulder, right arm or shoulder. Okay. The negative polarity of the op amp or the inverting terminal of the op amp, it is coming from the midpoint of left leg and left arm, left leg and left arm via some equal valued resistance. So typically the resistance is 5 kilo, maybe 10 kilo ohm also. Okay, it will be at least 5 kilo ohm or 10 kilo ohm also. So equal valued resistance at the midpoint. So once it is lying at the midpoint, then we will get a voltage which is the half of the left arm voltage and left leg voltage. That is the average of the two voltages. So the right arm voltage is straightforward applied to the inverting terminal. Okay, non-inverting terminal. And average of the other two voltages are applied to the inverting terminal. Then if we take them, then our ECG waveform will come something like in an inverted fashion. Okay, and it is something like this particular thing, a voltage, AVR, that voltage difference. So AVR will be what? It is the voltage difference. So one is that. So right arm voltage is coming straight away. So this is our right arm voltage. Okay. So normally it is, you are getting it. And the other terminal is actually is coming from the average of the other two voltages, LA and LL. Average of the other two is coming from the other side. So if we measure it, we will find out that, okay. So this is called augmented lead one. Augmented lead one or AVR lead. Then how much voltage you will get in the across this terminal AVR at the output of the amplifier? Okay, just I show you that here. This voltage will be, AVR voltage will be 50% higher than the voltage VR. VR means VRA minus VW. Our VR voltage is, VRA means right arm voltage minus Wilson central terminal voltage, VRA minus VW. How do you get it? I want to give you the proof. VRA is VRA minus VW. Now, proof. First, we want to give a proof using circuit analysis. A proof using circuit analysis. We'll see this particular thing. Let's see. First, we just want to analyze it. It will be considered the connection for AVR. We can draw the equivalent circuit of that figure A into figure B. So you see our AVR is that voltage. It is coming actually adjacent to RA, VRA. So it is R by 2 and that particular one. And VLA and VLL, these are coming where the resistances are of value 5 kilo ohm know. Now we can measure this AVR voltage. Okay. Now when no current is drawn, okay, by that terminal because it is open here. Okay. So ultimately, let's see the analysis. So we are applying a nodal analysis. We apply KCL. So that voltage we are calling VW dash. After we open out, we call it VW dash. So VW dash minus VLA plus VW dash minus VLL, okay, is equal to 0. Algebraic sum of voltage here is 0. From that, we can find out the value of VW dash. Just KCL we are applying. At that particular node, we apply KCL. So VW dash is what? It is the average of VLL and VLA. Average of VLL and VLA. And what is our AVR voltage? AVR voltage will be VRA minus VW dash. So AVR voltage is what? It is VRA minus VW dash. Now we put this expression of VW dash in that thing. So ultimately we are getting our AVR equal to this particular value. AVR equal to this particular value. Now what is our, once we know this particular thing, next we will see our VR value. That is the, what is VR? I told you VR is, it is actually the normal voltage, that is the VRA with respect to Wilson central terminal voltage. VRA minus VW. So once you get AVR, now we'll see. Our VR is what? VR is VRA minus VW. We put VW is the Wilson central terminal voltage. Their difference is this particular thing. So if we take our, okay, so this is our particular thing, VRA. So once we know these two expressions, that is AVR and VR, what we get? AVR and VR will get, AVR by VR is 3 by 2. So AVR is 50% higher than VR. 1.5 times VR. AVR is 1.5 times VR. So this is proved. So as I told you that if we make a connection this particular way, then the voltage in the lead AVR, this voltage AVR or the output of the amplifier is 50% greater than that in lead VR. So some magnification is found here. If you have any doubt, ask me question. So same is true. That is the thing. So that is proved. The same thing can be proved in another way. We can prove it using a vector method. Proof using vector method. Same. Using circuit analysis, we got the proof. Now using vector method also we can get the proof. Here, say our AVR is what? Our AVR is actually the RA voltage minus half of the average of these two. So it is this particular AVR. And VW is the Wilson central terminal voltage. Now it is VRA, VLL and VLA and VLL. First we take LA plus VLA plus VLL. We are adding them. So VLA plus VLL will give us the sum of the two LA plus LA, VLA plus LL, that particular voltage here. Take half of this. Now you take negative of that, minus half of LA plus LL, minus half of, and you add it with RA. So if you add RA plus minus half of this, if you add, it will be what? You will get just, it will be 50% higher. It is 50% higher. That is 3 by 2 into VRA minus VW. VRA minus VW is that one. Okay. 50% higher. So that is so as if one, the direction of the voltage is coming towards the upper left, upper right corner, towards the upper right corner. That is the direction of the vector, voltage vector generated by the heart. Direction of the voltage vector generated by the heart. If our connection is something like that. Clear? So our AVR direction is something like that particular way. Our heart voltage is pointed to that way. Next, now we'll see AVL. In the AVL, actually the right arm and left leg, they are having some average. They are connected through the equal value resistance of 5 kilo ohm to the inverting terminal of the op amp. And left arm is as usual, it's let's start again. So just we were about to explain AVL, augmented vector left. Here the connection is something like, okay. So if we see this thing, our connection will be like that. Our, okay, RA plus LL, half of their thing, that will be subtracted from VLA. So VLA minus half of RA plus LL. It's circuit. In the circuit, by circuit analysis also you can prove it. I am following the easier way now. That is the vector method. So it is RA plus LL. So RA plus LL is that one. Half of this is this. We are taking a negative of that and we are adding it with LA. See the vector diagram carefully. So once we know this thing, our final voltage is AVL. AVL augmented vector left. So its direction is something like, okay, towards our upper left corner. Upper left corner. The net hard voltage in that connection, our direction of the hard voltage will come in that particular direction. The direction of hard voltage will be in that particular direction, in that using that connection. It is the AVL or it is the AVL lead actually, augmented vector left. Our last type is AVF, augmented vector foot. Here the connection is something like, okay, between our right arm and uh, actually there is a mistake. It will be RA plus LA actually it will be. So it will be RA and LA. So I have to make a change here. I'll do it. Don't worry. Before giving it to you, RA plus LA, and LL is this one. So its connection. You see here it is correct. RA plus LA. Just mistake is here. I'll make a change here. So ultimately, if we put it, you'll get okay. This particular RA plus LA is going that particular half of that. The negative is added with LL. So finally, we are getting AVF, augmented vector foot. It is directed towards our foot. Okay. So our AVF. So these are the three voltages. Clear? So I want to stop today with this particular thing because you have to digest it. Don't worry. Today I'll there are some more actually. Okay, I'll proceed a little bit more. I should not stop because things will not be then digested properly. I should continue a little bit more. Around 10 minutes, 15 minutes like that. So that is our AVF. So I'll make a connection here. Here it is, you see, here it is correct. RALA, but in one particular occasion there was a mistake. Okay. So now you see what are the direction? It is the direction of AVR, then AVL, then AVF. I want to show you again. So it is AVR, then AVL, then AVF, pointing downward. So total is AVR, AVL and AVF. And our lead one voltage is what? Lead one between LA and RA. Our lead 2 voltage is between RA, LL and RA, and lead 3 voltage is in between. Okay. It is in between LL and LA. So all such voltages are there. So you see all these voltages, their directions are actually okay, lead 1, lead 2, lead 3 and the 3 augmented leads. They are almost in the same direction. Only one exception we are getting is what? For AVR. AVR voltage is this particular way. So if we reverse it, then they will come in the same side. So if we reverse it, okay, leads AVR, AVL, AVF are constructed. These three leads, AVR, AVL and AVF, they are called actually the Goldberger lead also. They were originally constructed by the scientist Goldberger. Okay. Their reference point is the average of the other two electrodes. Always. Okay. And lead 1 to 3, they are originally the Einthoven's lead originally. Okay, and they can be presented with Einthoven's triangle. So if we club all such leads in one figure, it will be coming this particular way. So this particular way. Now if we reverse the AVR lead, then what we'll get? We'll see that all the lead voltages will be coming in one side and their spacing will be 30 degree. Their spacing will be 30 degree. That is AVL lead 1, okay, reversed AVR, this is the reversed AVR, lead 2, AVF, lead 3. These are actually the coming at a 30 degree spacing. All the 6 vectors are spaced, are equally spaced by 30 degree from each other. So these voltages have a marking called V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. Okay. So this way we can have a marking. So it is 120 degree V1. Our V2 is 90 degree with respect to that reference axis. V3 is 60 degree. V4 is 30 degree. V5 is 0 degree. And V6 is minus 30 degree, the upward direction. Okay. So these are the 6 leads are coming this particular way. So just by then it will be possible for a cardiologist to look at an ECG consisting of all these 6 leads to estimate the position of the cardiac vector by seeing which of the 6 leads has the greatest signal amplitude at that point in the cardiac cycle. So it will be easy for the cardiologist to investigate all such lead voltages, okay, in a closer region of our chest. Clear? So all such these voltages V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. Actually, these are coming this particular, they are located in that particular way anatomically. These are the anatomical description is there. Okay, it is going this particular way, anatomical description in our chest. Okay, so these are the 6 chest leads, or they are also called precordial leads. They are called precordial leads. Okay, they can be located this particular way. So our Einthoven triangle is shown, and the precordial leads are also shown. Different precordial leads are shown this particular way. Okay, so the lead descriptions are given here. Their anatomical position references are shown here, but actually it is that particular way. So it is V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. They are actually placed in a horizontal plane. And AVR, AVL, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are actually placed in a vertical plane. So these are the things. Precordial leads are placed in a horizontal plane. Okay. And the leads, these are numbered 1, 2, 3, and AVR, AVL, AVA, they are placed in a vertical plane. Okay. So this way we are measuring the same ECG voltage from different perspective, from different angle. Yeah. So these are the orientation of ECG leads. So the same thing shown in a different way, horizontal plane and vertical plane. Horizontal plane and vertical plane. So these are ultimately we are getting 12 leads. 12 lead means Einthoven leads are lead 1, 2, 3. And Goldberger leads are what? AVR, AVL, AVF. Okay, so 3 plus 3, 6. And precordial leads are in a horizontal plane. We are showing it this particular way. 6 leads here. 3 plus 3 plus 6 leads. Okay, that way also you are placing it. So total number of lead is 12 lead measurement. So 12 lead measurements. So up to this I want to, with this I want to stop today. So these are the different ECG leads. Note that you can consult different books. One book is by Northrop. Okay, there are many other books available. I'll give you. You can consult the book of Cromwell also, but sometimes it is difficult to understand. But Cromwell, the book by Cromwell is an age-old book. It was always present long years back. I can tell you some more things. And another thing is that from net also you can get very, very good materials. Okay, in the net. Okay, so these are the things. And book by Northrop is easily available in the net, the entire big book. Actually, two books are written by Northrop. One book will be very, out of this, one book will be good for us. Okay. Both the books are freely available in the net. So with this, I like to stop today. Any question? Anything? No. So with this, I now stop today.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir.
Mhm.